Okay, now we're doing Unit 3C, and it says round to the nearest 10. And so on page 162 that's talked about, and for number 1 that's going to be A. It's going to round to 30. For number 2 it says round to the nearest hundredth, and so that's going to round, we're going to round up. 6 is 5 or greater, so we're going to round up to 1.38, C. And for A, 3, I beg your pardon, it says significant digits. Those are covered on page 161. And this happens to have 2 significant digits. The zeros are not significant. Their only purpose is to locate that decimal. So, 2 significant digits. For number 4, it says round to 1 significant digit. The only option is 9,000, and that's C. On page 163, random errors and systematic errors are covered. For example, a random error is just make an error every now and then. On the other hand, a systematic error, what if you have a little glitch in your speedometer, and so it repeats itself over and over again, then that's a systemic error. And number 5, what is that? You estimate the speed of, oh yes, you estimate the speed of other cars by pulling up behind a car, driving the same speed and looking at your speedometer. Well, the possible random error is when you look at your speedometer, maybe you accidentally speed up or slow down when you take your eyes off the road and look at the speedometer. For a systematic error, it may be that there's a issue with your speedometer, so it keeps making the same repeated error. That would be systematic. For number 6, a study is conducted to assess the effectiveness of vaccinations. If a person has been vaccinated against the measles and the doctor knows this, the doctor is less likely to diagnose an illness as measles. So that's systematic. He keeps making the same error over and over again, or at least his process is the same, repeated process over and over again. Let's keep going here and do number 7. And number 7, page 165, and that has to do, oh yes, with accuracy and precision. The precision of a tenth is more precise, but the error is greater. Whereas 3/8 is closer to 0.4 than 0.5 is, so although 3/8 is less precise, it's more accurate. For 8, we're talking, oh I see, rounding, the rounding rule, page 166. I beg your pardon, I want to make sure I'm talking about 8, I'm looking at 9. Let me get back to 8. In fact, let me get back to 7. I gave the wrong answer for 7. 7, page 165. That has to, the answer is D, and that has to do with absolute and relative errors, and that's on page 165, yes. So number 8 has to do with precision and accuracy, page 166, and as we said, the 3/8 would be 70 and 3/8 would be more accurate but less precise, whereas 70.5 is more precise but less accurate. For number 9, and the rounding rule for addition and multiplication of significant figures is found on page 168, and you always, when you add, you always round to the value, the numbers, excuse me, to the least precise of the numbers in the sum. And 2 191,000 is less precise than 3,059. For number 10, we're talking absolute and relative errors, and that can be found, and the answer is C, by the way, and it's also C for 9. And for 10, that can be found on page 165. For number 11, systematic and random errors, and this happens to be a random error, B. And for number 12, all the answers, at least on my sheet, are in error. So they don't have the correct answer there. The correct answer is 9 significant digits, and the precision is to the, I'm going to count out here, let's see, tenth, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, 100,000ths, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions. Anyhow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 places to the right of the decimal. And we're done.